This is Conan. I want to apologize for the video quality that you're going to be experiencing soon, especially the sound. The thing is that this is my first video, and talking to a microphone slash computer screen is really awkward. So, this is Conan kicking off my new YouTube channel with Kerbal Space Program series. The goal of this series is to visit every planet using our technology tree. So right now we're at the very basic technologies. We're going to have to try to get all the way to the end, and the goal is to do that while also visiting every planet. That means putting a flag on every planet and every moon. That's going to take a little bit of work. I've installed a couple of mods, but ultimately they're not going to change a whole lot. They're mostly for better piloting. One of them is the Kerbal operating system, where I can program a ship. I have remote tech, I have Kerbal life support, and I have a Kerbal engineer. So let's get our first spaceship going. It's not going to go into space, but it'll go somewhere. We'll call this the Bullet Mark 1. Now, I'm not going to show every ship that I build. I'm not going to show the building process of every ship, but I figure show the first one. It'll be fine. You guys can believe me that I build my ships. It's not that much of a stretch of the imagination. Alright, let's just do 3 fins so we can maximize our delta V. And there we go. Okay. Bullet Mark 1 is nearly ready. We need some science packages, because that tasty, delicious science is how we move up the technology tree. Now when it comes to Jewel and visiting that planet, obviously I can't plant a flag on Jewel, so we'll have to come up with something there. Probably a space station that skirts the atmosphere. We'll see. Alright, Jebediah Kerman is going to go ahead and gather some science for us. A crew report. Observe the mystery GUE. The GUE. Alright. And a report from outside the capsule. Collect the data that we've produced. Alright. Reboard. And let's get into the atmosphere. Okay. Now this is a Mercury-style rocket or capsule on a solid rocket booster. Yeah, it's difficult to talk and play at the same time. Interesting. I thought it would be so much easier. I'm sure that as I get more practice, it will become easier. Alright. Going to start falling down. Jebediah looks very happy. I'm not going to subject you through all of this. That's time warp. And the fins are causing him to point directly down. And, oh shoot, I hope this works. That would be terrible if we have our first death on our first mission because we didn't deploy the parachute. Okay. There we go. Landed safely. There we go. Landed safely. You know, the paint job is all messed up. People aren't going to be happy about that, but you know what? We're safe. Alright, we gathered all this delicious science, and it doesn't look like Jebediah has leveled up. That's okay. Just so you know, I'm not going to be worrying about money. The only reason I'm playing in career mode is so that I can level up my Kerbals. There's no other reason involved in that. I'm not worrying about money, I'm not worrying about contracts or anything like that. I'm just worrying about my crew members leveling up so that when they die, it's more of a loss. You know, all those hours of getting them leveled up are lost when they die. So as you can probably guess from that statement, if a Kerbal dies, he is dead. We'll have a funerary service and everything. Right. What do I want to do? This looks like it will get me into space higher, but this will keep me safe. Safety first. Well, Jebediah was not content with just going through the atmosphere higher than any other Kerbin has been before. Oh no, he wants to go into space. So, he is now in the Skypiercer Mark 1 with the explicit goal of getting into space. They're doing the countdown now, and he's getting impatient, so before they can get to 1, he just launches off the pad. There will be some answering for that. So we're just using 5 solid rocket boosters at once. It's very unstable, or at least more unstable than I would like it to be. We're getting Mach effects already. Oh no, we're in trouble. Okay, stage. Now we're more stable. Now this is a swivel engine which has gimbaling that will allow me to control the vector of the ship. Okay, there we go. Now we can start leaning to the side. We have more stability, more control, more authority, as one might say. And it looks like we're going to be having a very easy time getting into orbit. Or not into orbit, but into space. This was never designed to go into orbit, and if it does get into orbit, then I would be very surprised. Jebediah doesn't seem nearly as happy as he maybe ought to be. But let's start gathering science while we're here in the upper atmosphere. Crew report, keep that. Mystery goo, keep that. And there we go. Our apoapsis is breaking past the atmosphere and into space. Very good. Now he's going to take a risky EVA while still in the atmosphere and get a report. Ooh, this is really scary, really risky, especially since there's no stability assist while he's outside the spaceship. Okay, collect data. Alright, now we just coast into space and we'll do more science and land. Now he's got a solid rocket booster on his final stage. The idea here is to use it to slow down our descent so we're not screaming through the atmosphere and burning up. Especially since our trajectory is it uses such a steep angle of re-entry that can cause some serious problems. Alright, well, let's gather science. No reason to waste time. Crew report. Mystery goo. I always wondered what the mystery goo was. It's probably very gooey. Store experiments. Collect data from the mystery goo. Alright. Let's fly back in. He's getting a little bit worried. I would be. Okay. Separate our second stage. and get ready for re-entry. Alright. You know, the capsules that this model is based on, the Mercury capsule, actually did a lot of flights like this that just touched space and came back down. But it was also was the first American capsule that made orbit. So that's cool. Nice little trivia. Alright, we're getting ready to come down. That'll slow our descent a lot. Oh man, pulled nearly 10 Gs on that. Okay, let's get rid of that. We're done with it. We don't need it to be messing up with our aerodynamics. And let's warp through the descent. I mean, it takes a while. I don't know how Scott Manley does this, being able to talk and play and discuss science while doing all of that. Yeah, very skilled. It's going to take a while before I get to that point. But the hope is that one day I'll be there. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but probably in 2 days. No, I'm just kidding. Alright. Well, it's just a matter of splashing down and letting the military come and pick me up so the president can make some awesome speech about how mankind is going to be able to reach the stars, and it'll be very rousing and all the Americans will be very happy, except that this is Kerbal, not the Earth, and this is 2016. Darn. Oh well, we can still imagine. Alright, well, Jebediah Kerman is ready to be rescued, and in the next episode we will try to get him into orbit.